Hey there, sludgelings. Welcome back to another edition of the Trollhole Podcast. Mike and Ben breaking in here real quick with a little call to action for you. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell right there so you're always notified of all of our new sweet little posts. And a little something else for you too. Did anyone say anything weird to you this week? Feel free to email trollholepod@gmail.com. Send us your weirdness and we will deal with it for you. A little troll back. Because we have your back. Now enjoy this episode of The Troll.
You gotta pay the troll toll to get in.
Welcome back to the Trollhole Podcast, where we trash the trolls so you don't have to reach in, pull it out, hop aboard the troller holster, because we're taking a ride to the spit pit. I'm one of your hosts. Spread my legs like a turkey and base me until you can taste me. It's me, Mike Lester, and with me as always here to the right of me, the butter to my toast, the crumb to my bum. You're going to smell what he's cooking, or he'll suck your toes for a book. And it's Ben Katzner, everyone. Ben Katzner.
I love it when you almost lose it, but then you just find it right
That's
at the last.
right.
You always
Almost
save
lost
it.
it.
You always save it.
We saved it.
That was a sexual one, I thought. That
You
was
like
pretty.
that, huh?
I really got
Heavy,
juiced
man.
up listening.
It's sexual, but it's, I'm not saying sexy words.
Spread my legs like a turkey. I've sexted that to people before. Nobody ever responds, but I've said it
Dirty.
before.
Should we introduce our guest?
Let's introduce our guest.
Hey,
Very funny comedian, prepare to get sentimental. His insurance doesn't cover vision or dental. It's Mike Early, everyone. Mike Early's here.
Hey,
Mike
guys.
Early's here today. Welcome to the Hellwell, Mike Early.
Thank you for having me.
That's a huge moment. You don't understand what just happened. You're the first guest that's ever gotten a rhyming intro.
That's right.
I've never done that
I think it's
before.
because I didn't interrupt your first one.
No,
I know when someone's
His face.
when someone's doing something like that, you just don't get in the way.
Yeah, that's pretty much the basis of this podcast.
I do not to get
That's
my
pretty
fingers
good.
bit. You know.
yeah.
That's
When
pretty
I
much
go
it.
off, don't get in the
I
way.
knew it.
Just
That
look
was a
away
rail.
and
That was
just
a rail train going
Dream of a
down.
different life.
Not only is Mike Early here with us today, as always, the Lord of the Board, producer Neil is here today. Producer Neil.
Nice to be here, guys.
He's chewing.
the food right this is gonna be a sick app. I already feel it. We all got our hats backwards. We're all feeling
Backwards
pretty
hats.
good. This is nice. How you doing,
Yep,
Mike?
yep. The derp crew.
The Derp Crew
That's what we are.
podcast rebrand.
Derp
The
crew.
Derp Crew. You doing all right?
I'm doing good, bud. Was
Yeah.
back in Michigan again.
That's insane, dude. Who goes to worst place? Like you go to Michigan every other weekend. There's
Yeah.
a time where I was in Wisconsin every other weekend. We got to do better.
I was in a much prettier part. Like where I was in Michigan is prettier than any place you were in Wisconsin. I can guarantee.
Hey, to
it.
fill in the new listeners and myself, what's going on in Michigan?
Oh, just family stuff.
Oh,
Just going.
okay.
to
All
hang,
right.
Get some golfing.
All right,
in,
yeah.
Watch
wanna
the
slow
fall
it down.
colors.
He's
yeah.
texting me at like 6 p.m. on a Sunday. He's like, "You and your wife have to come out here, dude.
Just feeling
You
it.
have to come to Northern
Take a
Michigan."
trip. Fly into Traverse
Oh.
City.
I wish I
God.
went to. I've been there twice. It's just that lake. You can't get over there. It's not like
Yeah.
we're so close.
You're like, I just want to
There's
walk.
no
and you can't
unity
do it.
because of that. Because of this little lake.
You just got to drive over a bridge.
I didn't know that.
The Mackinac Bridge.
But
Then you
how
can get
close?
anywhere.
I mean, is that on the way to anything? You have to decisively go to Michigan.
Oh,
you're
you
not rolling
absolutely
through.
do.
Unless you're going
You ain't just gonna throw a dart at a board and get to Lake
I know,
Michigan.
I
bud.
know. You can do that with Wisconsin and
That is true.
Illinois.
You can accidentally stumble upon Wisconsin.
Yeah.
pretty
you
easily
you
from
have to
here.
go through those places. Michigan, you just
Yeah.
you know,
You
unless
can
you're going
be
to
like
Canada.
blackout drunk and get to Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
most
just
likely,
off
yeah.
instinct.
That's the only way they let you in.
It's likely you are. Yeah.
Hey, that guy's sober. Get him out of here.
You got to be over 0.08 to get in here. You better blow hot or you're not getting in here.
Can I share a moment of vulnerability?
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I feel about the hats right now.
Fuck them.
Are we done?
I'll
Yeah.
turn it around.
Turn it around.
It was a bit.
It was a bit. Well, yours
Mine's
is
done.
gone
Mike
forever.
lost
done.
his hat.
I'm done.
Well, now I don't like. Now we both have the same. Now I have to go back. I
Why?
think something's wrong with me, dude.
We
little
double
variety.
hat all the
I
time.
know, but now it feels weird.
Really?
We
You
got
guys
a guy.
don't think there's that much different?
We got it.
between you?
Yeah, this is different. This is like, oh, look at him. Look at that.
Oh,
The
they're two
dynamic.
separate
is-
hosts. Yeah.
Yeah, the only way people can tell us apart is if my hat is backwards and his hat is the other
Yeah.
way.
They're twins. Yeah. That would be a funny revamp of the movie Twins.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know why everyone doesn't. Every week there should be a new sketch about how there's two people are twins and one is black and one is white. It would crush
Yeah,
every time.
yeah,
People would be like, "This is the best thing I've ever
There's
seen."
more being uncovered. I saw something on Facebook. Denzel Washington had one. It was early in his career. He was the black son of a wealthy guy who just got divorced, and he shows up as an adult, and it's
Yeah.
like this zany. Hey, you got?
Oh, it's funny.
I think so.
You're like I read it that way.
Unfortunately, yes.
It's a serious drama.
I didn't watch it. I just noticed it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
the sequel to American Gangster.
Shooting someone at breakfast. I'm your son. Denzel's great, but I don't know that I would like to. Is he ever in a funny movie? Is he?
It's
He
like
was
a-
paying his dues.
Yeah, it's like
was
Tom Hanks
young.
started. He did a bunch of comedies.
Yeah, but he's crushed at comedy. He's a great
Yeah,
comedic actor.
I'm sure Denzel would too.
Yeah, I
He's
want to
just
see it.
really
Denzel,
alright.
I know you're a big fan of the pod.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Let's bounce some ideas around. Let's see what's
Denzel.
up. That's the Denzel cam.
Yeah.
Hey, Denzel.
Denzel, fathers in the home. You're for. Have you ever seen those? He's always quoted about this. One time, he's like, "You gotta have dads in the home, or else, they'll be raised by the street."
Here's the thing about
That
He
was
said
a
those are
great
his words.
Denzel.
incredible Denzel. Sorry, I even almost brushed past that. That best
was a
Denzel that's been done on the
great
podcast.
Denzel.
I don't know that either of us could do a Denzel. I feel like you want
I
to
don't
try.
think I-
Do you want
What?
to try?
No, why
Okay.
are you looking
I
at
don't
me
know.
so
I
mischievously?
just felt like you were gearing up for
You're
once. I was gonna
baiting
let
me
you
into
go.
racism.
No. It doesn't have to be racist. If it's good, it's not
I
racist.
came around to paint my fence.
I can't do it. I don't know. I don't have a Denzel.
What was that movie Fences about?
I know it.
You know that one?
I know what you're talking
Boring one.
about. I actually there's a comedian who has like a parody of it, and I feel like I know more about the parody than I know.
Called
about
Walls.
actual- Yeah, it's called Walls.
Bridges.
It's called Doors.
Oh, we're off to a hot
yeah,
start
that's
on
great.
that. We're off to a real hot start on this one.
Yeah, man. Let's just get into it. How about we just go there?
Hop right in.
Let's let the machine take us where we're trying
Let's
to go.
let our
How about that?
segments control
Trust
the
the
whole
structure.
thing.
Do it.
Trust.
Let's get
the
into our first
segs.
segment, boys. Mics. Hey, we got the mics here.
We got the
Okay.
mics.
Hey,
Mics. Did anybody say anything weird to you? this week?
DSAW TYTW.
What'd you get, Mike Lester?
So this again, the past
In
few weeks,
Michigan?
it wasn't in Michigan. It
Damn.
was actually today. I went into
Oh,
a
no.
Costco bathroom and a guy was singing like a spiritual while peeing. He's
Like
like,
a-
and I will
like a
raise
Negro? Oh, okay.
you.
You meant like a Negro spiritual,
like a
right?
church
Yeah.
song.
Wait on the water. Flushes it.
Isn't that smoke on the
Plop.
water?
Yeah. Aren't they all the
Isn't
same
that
thing?
Spiritual.
Yeah.
You were in a bathroom at a.
Costco.
Oh, and he's singing a spiritual.
Yeah. He's
Is it
like, and I
gospel
will
or
raise you.
spiritual?
No, it's very Catholic.
Yeah, that one feels. There's
He's like, and I
devoid
will
of rhythm.
raise you up on the last
Oh,
day.
yeah.
And he took
That's an
quite a long
exciting one,
pee.
yeah.
Yeah.
and some liberties with the words of that song. I feel like.
Really?
Yeah,
And,
that's not the one I would have thought.
Was it Eagle's Wings?
That's what I thought he was
yeah.
going to say.
I will raise you up on Eagle's wings.
No, it wasn't that tune.
I'll take you down straight to hell. You'll burn for your sins.
I will say, did you grow up Catholic?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
one of the better songs in church.
Did you? You didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Do you? I always try to do this to people, but I don't know the words exactly, so it's tough. Do you remember Gloria? It's too class.
Gloria.
Well, you gotta have the mic.
Excelsis
Give him the
Deo.
mic. Give him.
Gloria.
Hold up the mic to him.
Gloria. In excelsis Deo.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I remember that. In excess.
Gloria.
yeah,
Oh, that's a Christmas song.
It's something. I just like it was the only
Whoa.
one. Oh, that one
It
That one goes
extends.
really hard.
Is that different?
That goes so yes.
Oh, yeah. You can really get the Home Alone Christmas charm.
What is happening?
I just miss God, you know.
Yeah.
God, if you're watching this,
We gotta go do a live one of these at a church.
outside of church, they won't let us in. We'll start on fire. Oh, that's
I was
incredible.
like the run-on sentence songs in
That-
Catholic church where they're like, and he was rose on the first day and happily ever after,
yeah.
and then he did this, and then it just
Forever
kept
and
going on.
ever.
Yeah.
Then you hear the ding, ling, 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 ling. My dad, big church singer.
Really?
Guy can't sing a lick.
Yeah.
Still belts
That's
it.
the crucial element of being in a church choir.
Of the Lamb.
Absolutely.
That is where you learn that people can't sing.
I think choirs, especially like Catholic church choirs, almost exclusively them. People don't care if you can sing; they're just there to make friends.
I'm talking.
really-
He was in the pews, just
You're not-
bombing.
he's
He was
just
in the
ruining the
pews,
day.
just bombing, and everyone around's looking. I'm like, how does this guy not know he's so
boy.
blood of the
Yeah.
Lamb? And I'm like, are you afraid
Oh.
right now? Why are
They
you
got-
singing
yeah.
like this?
Like old Catholics won't go to therapy, but their therapy is singing at
Oh,
church.
yeah.
They're just letting it out.
That's
It's
true.
just like
She
Sure.
was wrong and I was right. What lyric is that?
you may be seated. Shut up! Don't look at me.
It's
Never
my
sing that.
house. I'll move out when I want to.
She's singing like off-brand Blink-182.
It's my house. I'll move out when I want to. You can't have the kids. They're my kids.
Amen.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Really unlocked something in me there. That's great. Did you confront this guy for singing?
Absolutely not.
What are
He's
you doing? Yeah,
pissing.
what are you
He's
doing?
pissing.
Yeah.
Sir, can you stop singing? I'm trying to shit.
You're scaring it back in, buddy. Lock it up. All right.
No, nothing scares mine back in.
Yeah. Yeah. Once it's you got too much
think anyone-
caffeine flowing.
Yeah,
through
dude,
you.
I got a Celsius in me. It's just back flipping out.
Oh
of it.
man, I don't like you on Celsius.
It's cartwheeling out
I'm a
of there.
little
bud.
nervous about you on Celsius. but it's okay.
Mike, you do
that's
any caffeine, huh?
Yeah, I drink coffee every morning. I used to be addicted to energy drinks when I did construction. I drink them every morning for breakfast. And I get into them once in a while, but I haven't had the hooks in me.
You're like pee yourself on
Pee
the energy
myself?
drinks? Yeah, I'm just.
No.
I have.
Have you?
Yes.
What?
Yeah,
I
of
mean, I
course.
feel like that's environmental. You have to be in a circumstance where you can't pee.
That's exactly right.
What were you doing?
Such as I
Do you have a
was.
shift
Hiding
work?
in the bathroom stall.
I was working pest control, and it was like the
yeah.
height of COVID, and this lady was like, "No bathroom," and I was like,
What?
"All right."
So you peed your pants?
Well, so I was gonna piss on her house, but she followed me
Oh my
around.
gosh.
And it was like raining. It was just like literally like the perfect
What?
storm. And I like peed to my socks.
Dog.
Whoa.
Dude, I had
Was
to.
this at the end, or did you have to
Yeah, what
continue
part of the job?
stuffing?
So I went
furnace
home.
vents?
I called my wife and I'm like, I basically pissed my pants.
Yeah.
So I drive home 30 minutes, change, hose my bottom half, and then get back to work.
What'd you-
Yeah.
Why did you change your pants?
Huh?
Why wouldn't you change your pants?
I
fully?
changed my pants.
Oh, you. Okay.
I
okay.
went home, stripped down, hosed
Okay,
myself,
okay.
switched.
I thought it was-
I take the pants off.
Did you
and
take a
what?
You took a shower, or you just hosed
I
yourself?
wringed out my trousers and put them back on.
You know the sprayer in the sink? He just pulled that out. just
Yeah,
right
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Got it. Did a little pest control on
Yeah, I
himself.
believe you.
Yeah.
I just wonder about.
It was tough.
God, that was like the middle. You had to go back to work.
Yeah. I had like
Oh.
15 stops left.
Oh, sweet
15
mother
a
of
day?
God.
Dude, I had 25 stops a day.
How do you do that?
You do it in 12 hours.
That's crazy. So what do you? This is maintenance, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to a dark place thinking about this.
Holy crap!
Did you ever think about bringing a bucket with you, like a piss bucket?
Now, so once you like zoom out like 1,000 feet, right? There's a lot of things I could have done to prevent this.
Hindsight's
Right?
2020. 100%.
Like I could have peed in a bottle.
Sure.
Easily. I
Sure.
could have peed. I should have just peed into my water tank and contaminated
Could've
all the
done that.
spray because
done
I
that.
hated that job.
You
so
could have found her
much.
car pissed in her gas tank.
Yeah. But she followed me
It's
around.
poison though, right? It's like poison, form of poison you're spraying.
Not really.
Yeah, it's
Water?
just urine.
Dude, I inhaled so much. I never got
I know
sick.
it's not necessarily harmful to humans, but it's not water. It's not.
It's not water. No,
It's
it is a
insecticide.
It
Yeah.
is a pesticide. It is a Schedule 3 pesticide.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you peed in it, not necessarily the end of the
It might
formula.
help it.
Yeah.
It might
it's
make
not
it
the end of the-
stronger with what was going through me. I mean, I was like inhaling
With
it, so I'm
what
sure
was
there's
going
pesticide in my urine.
Okay.
Like because I would never wear a mask. I like once a day I would accidentally just wing myself with the backpack sprayer. I'd be like checking my phone and I just mace myself on accident.
Yeah. They always say it's safer. I worked in a salad bar for a while, and my boss was. This wasn't. That was my
I
first
want to hear
job.
the end of this so bad, but the beginning is so crazy.
I worked in a salad bar, and my boss was like, "This stuff's safe," because I got really into the safety protocol. Because at one point, I was like, I don't really know what my job is, other than the guy the person who trained me in didn't really know, and they get to, but they were just whatever, fuck it.
They're like, we just need bodies at the salad bar.
Yeah, and I was doing it, and everyone it was turned. But then I started reading I got really like obsessed with like doing everything correct. So I started reading the sanitation guidelines.
Oh no!
And they're like, all right, do that. And we had 3 sinks, which is pretty typical. And the last one was a quat, which is a food safe sanitizer. You do soap, rinse, and then the quat. And my boss was always, I was always like, if something like dripped into something, I'd be like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. I got really worried about it.
You would worry about that?
Yes.
And then you'd see someone, you go back out to the floor and see someone just licking mashed potatoes off,
I know,
off the
I
ground,
know,
and you'd be
I know.
like, I guess I don't care either.
Again, it was a very Catholic thing where it's like, all right, as long as I'm doing everything properly, that's what I need. I was just trying to do what was right, so I didn't leave with like a guilty
We are
conscience.
2 very different workers. I cut every single corner I could. Sometimes I wouldn't even like treat places. I just say I did.
Right on.
I'm like, yeah, the moles will go away for sure. And
I understand.
I'm like,
that,
give it like a month.
I understand.
You're just gonna stomp on the ground really loud every 4 hours.
Once I'm long gone, that's when they'll go away.
That's incredible, dude.
Yeah. So my boss was always like, "You can drink this stuff. It's food safe." And one day I'm like, "Oh, you just give it a shot." He's like, "Oh," he's just like he's unwilling
Wait,
to
drink what?
the quat, the sanitizing liquid.
Oh.
Yeah, I like to drink a little quat.
Yeah.
Ladies,
Yeah.
fellas,
Pop a squat and quad on me.
dogs.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, right.
Ben, did anyone say anything weird to you
Well,
this
I'm
week?
so glad you asked. Thank you so much.
BSAW,
This is like a good weird. I was reminded of the awesome story of one of my friends. So this is a third hand weird, but whatever, dog. We're doing it. Okay. So I was reminded that one of my friends after high school, I guess it'd be around college time for some of us. Not all of us went to college, but they were like living in a house in a college area together. And there was a party. They were having a party, and everyone was like trying to go to sleep, but one guy was just tuned up. I don't know what was happening. Later, mental issues. Some things were happening. All right, we didn't know at the time. They didn't know at the time. And this guy just like wouldn't go to sleep. Was just being crazy. At one point, pulled out a gun and was like,
Whoa.
it was like
Whoa.
threatening to.
Are you about? Did anyone say anything weird to you this week? You witnessed a murder.
I unearthed the murder from my memory. And he was just going off the rails and was just like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take my own life. I'm gonna, I guess, own podcast. You have to be like unalive myself, but that's not what he said. He knew what he said. And he was like threatening and just like going off.
And this is a college party?
This is like a college age
Yeah,
people, like essentially a college.
I
house.
just turn up the cuddy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna like, oh.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah.
Here's the strategy that my friend used. So my friend and I think his
Did they
girlfriend
call
were,
the authorities?
no, even
Oh,
better. They were in
what?
bed, and this guy's still yelling, whatever. And then my buddy just goes, "Do it or don't. I'm gonna go to bed either way."
Oh yeah, there you go.
He's like, "Do it or don't. Do it. Just do it already. I'm trying to go to sleep." You know, like just like really, just which is like
Right.
Because this is the craziest thing you could ever say.
And he didn't, did he?
He didn't do it.
I think the more crazy thing is to say I'm going to shoot myself. Yeah.
I actually might disagree.
Okay, right on.
Because if you think someone's gonna do it, maybe, and you're so annoyed at them that you're just like, do it or don't.
Did
I
they
don't
see
even care.
through it? Was he like, all right, this guy's clearly doing
I
this?
don't know. I think they probably had a lot of that kind of interaction before. I will say later, this same person ended up having having like a standoff with the police. Not that night, but
Ugh.
like did end up trying to commit suicide.
Oh boy.
They're blasting Kid Cudi to get him out of that.
And when they ask, like, did you see it coming? They're like, oh.
Yeah, no signs. No
he was
signs.
screaming.
I
yeah.
just thought that was so great. Like that could have went so wrong. So and like I guess I'm paraphrasing exactly what he said, but it was basically like, just do it. All right. I'm trying to go to bed, which
Yeah.
is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
If you're
yeah.
watching this, awesome. I love it. And then that guy who he never did it, and he ended up writing racist shit on my Facebook later. So it's fine.
Always the people you least expect.
Well, I'm glad he's still around.
I can't say to
I'm
that.
glad he stuck to it.
Keep kicking, bud.
You
Yeah,
have a reason to live for
That's
the
it.
years later.
You got a lot left to give, pal. You got a lot left to type. You got a lot more comments to fire out there.
Oh, so great. I've been thinking about that. Oh, God. It's so funny. I'm so glad that was shared with me. What about you, Mike? Does anyone say anything
I
weird
guess
to
I
you?
had something. I got a message on my Instagram in the request. I didn't
Ooh.
respond to it because
Is it in the requests or is it in the primary?
request.
Oh,
I didn't
this
move
could
it.
be anything.
It was from a guy named Mike Early, so I understood what he was doing.
Sure.
He was like, "Oh, wonder whose my name
Yeah.
is,"
yeah.
and he saw that I was a comedian, and he did it with urgency. Like he
Yeah.
followed me, and then immediately got the message. Like,
Okay.
he's like, "I gotta talk to this guy,"
Yeah.
but he did just say "yo." So, but he's got the fucking Mike _Early handle. Mine's Early_Mike.
Wait, so he just said yo?
Yeah, and I didn't get back to him. I'm looking at it now.
I can't-
September 8th. This is a month old.
Oh, really? That's pretty recent. That's one of those things where I don't know why people do that, but that is a very common thing. They're like, "Hey, you're Tom Smith. I'm Thomas Smith."
Generally, they're
I guess we
porn
should be
bots.
No, yeah, maybe now. Maybe now.
Now most of the just hi.
But before it was just like aunts and uncles who were just like still on like
Oh, I
Facebook.
know.
Who were just like, "Oh, my
I
God,
remember
have the
when
same
you were
name."
so small. I haven't seen you
Are
in
you
30
seeing
years.
this message?
But like, I think it's so funny that people are like, "Hey, we have the same name. I guess we should be Facebook." Like, do you just want to see, or like social media friends?
Well,
like,
it's-
do you just want to see what your life could
maybe
have
you're
been?
twins.
Yeah.
Maybe you're twins.
No.
Well, how would you feel about that if you had a twin
Be
and
surprising.
he was in love with you?
Okay.
Be weird.
What?
I mean, it'd be uncomfortable.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have a brother and a sister.
That's fine. I don't know. I guess it's just a genuine moment of like, I've known you a long time.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
unsure.
Unsure about this.
That happens with comedians a lot. Like, I will not know anything about their family, anything about their personal life, but I'll be like, I know.
The fact you know, most of them, we don't really care about. So, you
Sure.
leave out those details.
But even the people that you don't care about, you're around like every day. And you're like, I know how you come. I know what you're. They're like,
I
"Do
know
you-"
who you're voting
Right.
for.
But I'm like, do you have a dog? Like,
Yeah.
you just don't. You don't know.
I think you
it's
just
fascinating.
get sick of comedians in a very specific way. That at a certain point you're like, oh, I can't listen to your shit anymore. And
Yeah.
I'm definitely not asking you about your siblings.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, I like asking about like hobbies and recreation. I feel like that's a nice space to keep it in.
Sure.
Because otherwise,
Oh,
people,
yeah,
people are
yeah.
like, my dates. I got
Yeah.
my,
Oh, it's a
well,
really
you-
good
You ever
point.
done Bismarck? What's going on in Bismarck? And I'm like, fucking nothing, bro. Nothing's
Have you
going
ever
on
done
in
Bismarck?
Bismarck. Go out of your way to not do Bismark.
Yeah. You're just
Here,
like,
it's got a market if I want to get
Yeah. There's like no shows there, so people love saying that.
I'm like, do you like to frisbee golf or?
but also you asking about hobbies is a good way to circle back to you being like, my hobby is golf. Let me tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
You can really just loop right back onto yourself.
I love talking about golf. Yeah,
That's weird. We never get into it on the pod. It never comes up on the podcast.
Comes up every pod. But
hell
young comics, get some hobbies.
yeah. I don't have any, but
Ben
do you have
doesn't care.
hobbies?
Ben doesn't care about you. Get some hobbies.
I guess I go in and out of I do go to the gym. Does that count?
I don't know. I don't know
I
what a
was
hobby is.
taking
I
kung
think,
fu
anymore.
for a couple
It's like
months.
cribbage.
Yeah, it feels
recently.
like a hobby.
It was a hobby.
I play cribbage, but is that a hobby?
Yes.
Or
Does
is
it
that like
bring
a
you
thing you
joy in a
do?
recreational way?
Yeah, but I feel like a hobby is like
It's a leisure,
I make
if to
boats
borrow.
in my spare time.
What?
Yeah,
the fuck?
hobby
That
is
sounds
more
so
craft
hard.
craft
Yeah,
based.
that's kind of part of
That
it. It's like
sounds
meditative.
so hard.
Because I mean, I like to go see live music.
That's the
Is that a
idea.
hobby?
Yeah.
Hobbies are wrecked because of porn. Come on, you know you'd have so many hobbies if there was no porn. No young people have hobbies because you get some free time and you're like, oh, I could jerk off.
Buddy, that's a bit. I think
Yeah.
that's pretty funny.
Oh.
That's not bad.
It's true. I mean, you just know this because you get
I gotta
that-
like drive somewhere to do this. If I
Right.
want to crank down,
I know.
I just
like,
sit.
and then afterwards rationalize like, oh, I'm still functioning the same way, even though you're just doped out.
Yeah, dude.
Wow, that is a very insightful take, and I have learned more about you because
Is
of
that like your favorite hobby then?
I dread it and loathe myself, but I've partaken. Certainly, I certainly have. But it's just that ample time where you're like, I got some time here. I could start working on some stuff, and then it's just like,
"Oh,
oh,
you're
you
working on
could,
some
yeah.
Let me work out some stuff here. Have you guys been seeing stuff online about there's a lot of like anti-porn ads now?
I haven't seen them. No.
It's like it's a
No,
lot of
I
like,
see the opposite. Of that. I see like this is porn. Watch me.
That is one thing about.
it'll be like some soft-spoken 25-year-old being like, every time I feel the passion coming on, I reach into my drawer and pull out a Bible and read Leviticus or whatever.
Yeah.
like little
Unfortunately, that's the
sketches.
only defense that society has is hard, like old Christianity. No one else is stepping up to the plate and being like, "Hey, no porn."
Yeah.
Alpha
'cause
males are.
Alpha males
Oh,
are,
that's
yeah.
true.
Oh yeah,
They're
yeah.
telling you
You
that.
Yeah, people like Neil.
Just
I'd be
screw
alpha male
over
in it.
old people.
Semen retention
Yeah, I
again.
feels
forgot
like
about
save
that.
your seed.
Yeah, you gotta hustle these old folks. You know, you gotta make money off of exploiting. You know, they parlay you into some
That is true.
harebrained business scheme.
That is a good point.
And make you not jack off.
Neil's so mad at him. Wait, I feel like this is a good natural segue into the next part of the pod. What does your
Yeah.
explore page?
Speaking of explore
Yeah,
pages,
what on like Instagram or TikTok?
I can show
or-
you because I guarantee if I ever see anything that's like sexual bait, I'm fucking out of
This
it.
is
'Cause
incredible.
really?
I'm
Yeah,
learning-
'cause
this
I don't
might
wa-
be a church podcast.
You
actually.
you stay 2 seconds longer on any video,
Yeah.
and they give you all of that. They
well,
start
it's your
feeding
pupils.
it.
Your
No
pupils.
fuck. I don't know if it's pupils.
No, it's been proven. It's like your dilation. Like that's how
They're
they track.
picking
There's
up on
lore
that?
about
Yeah.
You're
pupil
fucking with
dilation
me.
track.
No, dude, I'm serious.
You're
On
gonna
this
send him into a
phone?
bunker,
Yes,
dude.
on
Don't-
your
don't
So
camera.
do
if
that
I
to him.
cover this up, it's a better idea.
Cover it up.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I've heard that.
I think
as
it's
well.
just when you linger
Cover it up with a cock.
with a cock logo.
Hate that. Hated that. I actually at first didn't like it. Now you say cockaloogie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like it now. Now I just should have waited a little bit. I should have sat on it a little more.
Sit on it.
But yeah,
What
like
do you got,
what do
Mike?
you what are you cooking on?
I'm
there?
doing all right. I got strongmen, whatever. But these guys are strong. I got strongmen, a guy with a slingshot, and then some Chinese guy making something in a factory.
There you
Damn,
go.
okay.
Yeah.
What are they
Honestly, we've
making?
never gotten that trio of things before. I love it when people give us new stuff. So that's
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
What's the guy making in the factory?
He's doing this paint dip. You ever see the paint dip where they roll it through the?
Yeah, I saw one where they did that for a laptop. I was like, I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it.
I know. I
That's
Just
so funny.
destroy a laptop.
Yeah. Also, why are human beings do that? Honestly, that should be AI. That's
No.
just like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is. I don't think anyone's done this outside of when it's
We
been
need more
recorded.
factory workers.
yeah. I don't want to take that away from
Keep
people.
people in
absolutely.
factories, man.
Do you have a favorite social media platform? Do you like having to be on social
What do
media?
you
as a
do
comedian?
on there, Mike? What do you do if you're not looking at pornography?
Hey
What-
man,
what-
I'm not looking at.
what do you-
I just do this. I scroll the videos.
You don't even really watch anything. You watch anything on YouTube? I
just said I watch stuff.
like what?
There's a Chinese guy dipping something. I mean, what do you want? This is what I watch.
But you don't watch like long form content.
It's tough.
It's tough, yeah, because I find that interesting.
You love long form. We've
that's all
stayed
I
together
do.
enough to know that like you love like
I
you
love-
watch your shows on YouTube.
Yeah. If it's
You-
sub 10 minutes, I don't care.
Really?
I need
That's
something
which
I
is
can-
fascinating.
I need to sink
I
my
get
teeth
into that when
something.
there's certain people who you watch like martial arts comparison videos. Those
Yeah.
are kind of interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fighting.
Sure.
This is another thing you just wander into is the fighting
Yeah.
vids, and then you see
Yeah.
people fighting. They're comparing karate and aikido or whatever.
Oh, cool. Like Deadliest Warrior. Remember that show?
Mm-mm.
They just match up like two old timey warriors,
Oh,
and then they
really?
would like
Okay.
duke it out to the death.
What's weird is now they're finding these old shows and just
Yes.
ripping them off, and then you're just watching shit from the '90s now.
Like if you were to go on Twitter right now, you could within 5 scrolls you could see like a full episode of Family
and
Guy.
you just
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what
okay,
is
yeah.
It's the worst clip of My Strange Addiction from A.
Oh
So
boy,
funny.
yeah.
It's so funny that everyone's just like, yeah, it's the Wild West. Let's put old TV
It's
on there.
just a spigot,
We don't have
you
our
know?
brains are too stupid to
Right.
come up with new ideas. So like, what if we take an old thing and put it on the new thing?
That's the trouble with these videos is there's I think with certain things like video games, food, there's certain things where your conscience knows its limits and you're like, I should be not eating this right now.
Yeah, I don't
this
feel that way.
is
I wish I felt the same way.
I have this
Wish I had
moment
that,
where
buddy.
like the threshold is met.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my soul's being sucked out of my body. This stuff is so engaging that I'm just like, oh, I feel like I'm really working on all cylinders, consuming
Sure.
this.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Do you feel like social media consumption is like affected in your relationships you've been in or anything? Do you ever have those moments
Has
where
it,
people are like,
has it destroyed your life, Mike?
Hard to say because so many relationships you have a lot of idle time where you're
Yeah,
just like
we're both
talking about your
sitting on-
my side hurts, and this is just another point of that where you're just like, you're just bored together. Like, I've been feeling weird. And then you just don't follow it up.
are you a person that can bond over social media stuff? Like if
Yeah,
someone
you show
sends you
somebody
like
that. yeah, the cringy videos,
yeah,
group
okay,
chat
okay.
for sure. But even that, at a certain point, you're like, we haven't talked in a month.
right?
Yeah.
This is I think
It's
about
all
this a lot.
clips. It's all
It's-
clips.
I literally found out one of my
Relationships.
friends
Mhm.
was getting divorced via a thing he sent.
What?
And I was just like, this is
What did he
fucking
say?
crazy.
Was he like 3 things when you're divorced? Like,
yeah.
Was he,
It's
like, making-
Jeff Foxworthy's bid on divorce.
Yeah, what was it? I think it was something about being like single dad or something. I was like, wow, you're single dad?
oh wow!
That's rough.
stuff is
Yeah.
like, and I'm just like, dog, we haven't talked in 6
Yeah.
months. Like, you gotta bare minimum text me this
Oh,
information.
yeah.
Well, there's a reason why, bud.
Yeah, he's
You're
gotta
a winner.
take
he's
care
a
of his son.
loser.
Yeah. But I find out life events from other. It's crazy, dude. I really felt like people were like, oh, we're over texting. We're texting too much. Get off of our phones. And now it's like the only way to connect is like, send me a meme about how my dog is dead, so you know I'm sad or something. I'm like,
Yeah,
what are you
yeah,
talking
and it's
Mm.
like they'll respond quicker to you sending them like a reel or a short than
Yeah.
they will a text.
about? Yeah,
You know,
100%.
Oh yeah, that does happen.
You'll send them a text, be like, "Hey, let's just say, for example, Neil, are you still alive?" And then you get nothing, and then at 3 a.m. you're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, just uploaded the episode."
Right.
You know, it's fine.
yeah.
But
There's
some
something
people just
to
operate
that,
at a different
though.
frequency.
Yeah,
baby.
You know when you
we
text
gotta hear
someone-
from Neil. Send him an X Games clip. I need to hear from Neil. Send him some Nitro Circus.
I always feel like people are
highlights.
guilty. Like if you say, "Hey, what's up tonight?" and they don't get back to you, I always feel like, oh, they probably are a little guilty and they don't want to respond because it's been too long.
I don't give a shit.
and then you like employ a little reel, and they're like, "Oh, okay." I
Yeah.
can-
Definitely, yeah.
It's all
Oh,
cool.
interesting.
We're all cool.
Sometimes I feel that way. Where
Okay,
it's
I like that
It's like a
strategy.
misdirect where it's like, "Hey, man, it's not." You can respond.
That's good. So you're
Yeah,
not
you-
afraid to double text.
It's like a water under the bridge. Well, depends who it is.
Well,
of
you
course,
leave
but-
you
Yeah.
leave the door open, Mike. You don't shut it. You know.
Yeah.
You don't shut it with silence. You throw something in there afterwards.
If I want to talk to him,
Yeah,
I am prone to the silence
Yeah.
shutting.
Yeah. What's
Yeah, I
kind of
carry
what's kind of
stuff.
a leaving the door open clip you'll send people?
Something funny. Something funny.
It's always really. You get like therapist voice, and I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if it's a serious question or not. I always.
I just like talking to Mike because Mike will play in the space. Dude.
Yeah, look at.
Or
him
sometimes
play
you
in
do,
his face.
or you ever mad at someone and then you see a video that reminds you of them and you're like, oh, so I'll send it to him.
Interesting.
Yeah, where you're like, I have an issue with this guy, but this is a lot. He'll
Yeah,
like this.
Sure.
And
like
then you're,
Water under the bridge, man. Here
right.
you go.
But you're still upset, and I'll get to that later. But here, watch this.
Here's a clip of Hasbulla shooting a gun at cats.
That is a good strategy of just.
I didn't think it was a strategy.
Well, if let's say you had a little disagreement with a friend or a lover, maybe even I don't know what anyone's into,
Oh.
but you don't know how to like reintegrate into the relationship. You just
Snoopy
send
clips.
a little.
That's
Snoopy
if you're on the
clips
other
get
end.
me,
But
yeah.
for me, it's like it's like the two wolves thing where like my pride's like, I should follow my pride and be stubborn. And then I'm
Okay.
like, but I could try this route of being friendly and loving and that usually ends up being, they do the same thing ultimately. So, but it gives it a little Band-Aid for a sec.
It's just a fork in a road
Yeah.
that leads to the same place.
Same deal. It's just a redirect. We'll do this, and then eventually we'll stop.
Video to
We'll
see how
stop
you like
this
son of a
friendship.
bitch. And
Yeah.
It's just like a thumbs up back and like, yeah, I won. I beat
If they
you.
thumbs up
I
back,
gotcha.
I'm like, fuck you. You send them that, and you're mad at them, and you get nothing.
That's
You ever
hilarious.
like invite someone to plans and they respond with a video and then never answer your initial question?
No.
That's crazy. That's if
crazy,
you
yeah.
do that, you're a bad person.
I've had
I
it where
want
like
to know
you
that.
invite someone, and then 3 days later you get a video.
No, it's like that same hour, and it's like, do you want to golf or not, dude?
Oh,
What-
there you go. I understand the context.
Oh, it's a
yeah.
very specific thing
Yeah,
that
I
you're talking
get
about.
that.
Yeah, he's been hurt before.
Do you want to golf?
I think
Sends me
what
a
they're telling-
Tiger Woods slow mo swing.
Oh, well, that's in
He's
the.
like, this is golf.
If they're changing the subject, I maybe understand where they're like, I want to hang out, but I don't want to golf anymore.
Well, we're not friends.
Yeah, right on.
All right, should we get into some trolls? Jeez Louise.
No,
It's a
we're
45.
still friends.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know if this is. Oh,
That's all right. So yeah, I feel like you tell me because you brought this up before. You're like, I feel like you have a specific idea of what a troll is.
I just had one. Yeah. A troll is someone who baits people into engaging with them with no motive of the actual conversation.
sure.
That's how I see a troll. Where it's
Okay.
like if you're being trolled, you're kind of you're the butt end of the joke.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah, I guess we never really defined it for us. I guess we never really. That's pretty good, actually. And if we do that, it kind of puts a lot
sometimes
of
people,
holes into what
although
our thing is.
but sometimes people like they make a serious point, and people are so incredulous or they don't have an argument. So you're like, stop trolling, man. It's like,
Yeah,
no, they actually meant that.
sure.
Trolling is like it's like you're just being like, you don't mean this. Get out. Go waste someone else's time.
That is a good point.
But that's the beauty of the internet, right? Impact versus intent. Hmm?
What?
Think about that.
Did you go to therapy today?
No.
No.
Let's get into what you have a couple construction videos on YouTube.
That's true.
You've
Yeah.
done, you've
Dude,
done
one of
very-
those videos has like almost 1 million
It's up
views.
to once it gets to 1 million, I'm gonna be like, hey guy, it's like 8 years old, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna be like,
Did you
Still.
ever think when you made that video that it would
Not
become
even,
this?
no.
'Cause it was made for a company, right?
I was working for a company that early on found out I did stand up. So
Yeah.
in their new orientation, they're like, listen, if you have any ideas, we have bands that promote us at shows. They're just looking for promotion. 'Cause
Sure.
they're medium sized. And so I was working construction for about 4 months, it's hard job and brutal. And well, one thing that happens in construction is people start it thinking they're going to get in shape and work outside and just have a fun time. And 2 days halfway into their first day after training, they get in
Yeah.
their car and drive off
Oh yeah.
because it's hard. And so my idea was like, I'm going to make a video that allows people to identify with something, so they don't do that. Because if you go off how you feel doing construction, you'll be like, this ain't for me. But if you realize that there's this period of adjustment that sucks and everyone hates it
Yeah.
and we're all going through it and there's not a happy ending to it, you can at least be like, it's not me, it's not my own attunement to it, it's more like it's the job. So
Yeah.
I made a video that
So it was a literal training video for people?
it was a comedy video.
It was
but
like-
the intent of the
yeah.
video was to show people what it's like to start construction.
Gotcha.
In winter construction.
That was the more recent one, yes.
Yeah. Winter. I mean, that's just a whole nother level of brutal. doing
Yeah,
construction
yeah.
in the winter.
Yep, totally. They all have their brutal elements, but
Because your tootsies get cold.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
These get
Tootsies
cold.
They get
Cold.
numb.
Tootsies.
They get numb.
Tools
Yeah.
freeze
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Your gun doesn't work.
Let's read one from JD Donovan. Great video. Why did it seem like it was 10 minutes long? Wasn't the
It
video
was
10 minutes long?
6 minutes long. I've read this complaint before, and one guy did it really well. He was like, "Yeah, I started the video. I went out to eat. I came back. You know, he like he had this long post of like basic, and then at the end he's like, and I came back and it was still playing. But yeah. Some people.
Is that a
it
complaint?
is a
that you
long
see?
form thing by today's standards.
I think a comment like that is funny because it's like great video, but then it's also like, but I still need to insult you.
Well, I
for
should tell
no-
yeah.
What's the point?
That's
of
like
that?
a construction thing too. A lot of
Yeah.
it are tradesmen who are like, I can't say anything nice without being kind of an
There
ass.
were a
Yeah.
lot of people who were like, exactly this. I love this.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah,
exactly
yeah,
right.
yeah. They-
I've
love
sharded my pants before.
That's
I'm
what
like, all
that
right.
was another thing. Now I'm on, my algorithm spits out construction stuff, but back then there was like I'd entered this world and I was like, I've never, it's been around me my whole life.
Yeah.
I've never even, I didn't realize this was it.
Sure.
So it's like, it's in plain view, but once you're in it, it's a whole different world.
Did you ever get? Go ahead. I have a question, but I'll ask you a little later.
Andrew Wildebrandt 6722 says, now anyone in construction knows that a C hair is a legitimate form of measurement, but are we talking blondes, brunettes, or redheads? Been a Sparky for 20 years, and this is so true.
How do
Yeah.
you feel about that kind of thing? Where someone's like you put a funny thing out there,
Uh-huh.
and then someone's like, I think I can make this a little funnier.
Oh, I feel good. Just because I know this guy. I've
Oh,
been
okay.
around. I don't know him, but
Okay.
I know who this
Sure.
guy
You know
is.
the archetype.
He's just trying to bond. He's like, "Oh, I know this thing, and I know
Yeah.
it too." I didn't consider that as like a one-up thing. I see it more as like I
Gotcha.
finally I can relate to you.
Okay.
That's how I interpreted it.
Okay. Did anyone, because you said you were doing construction 4 months when you put this video out, did anyone like know you or like anyone you work with come see it and be like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's only been doing it for 4 months. Or was everyone like, 4 months is long enough to know exactly?
I think there was a point where I started. They went really well in the company,
Yeah.
and I performed at the annual meetings and stuff.
Did
I
you get
think-
a lot of money from all this? Did they
for the
pay you?
construction. They
the
paid
video?
me. It was, it wasn't. I didn't buy a house with it, but it was like as far I was all right. I was working construction. I was probably getting $450 a week at the
Okay.
time. So I got paid
Sure.
that
Did-
a little
did
more
you-
than that,
did
I
you-
guess.
Did they ever like, and this is 8 years ago, so who knows, but did they ever like monetize any of these videos?
They eventually did, yeah.
Like, did you ever get any
Did you
of
get paid
that?
from that?
No,
You should
I-
That's
probably
the ultimate
you should
troll,
get,
is
you
that
should
they
get
have
paid for
millions.
that.
Yeah, they took-
If
I-
you made the whole,
I
because you
know.
edited them too, right?
I gave them but they're good. They took
They're
a
good.
chance.
They're fine.
They're good. I
We love you.
originally sold them it. I was like, all right, you don't have, because in order to give someone an experiment, you have to you have to like give them a reason.
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
all right, you don't have to pay me up front, but if anyone gets hired based on these, maybe we can work something out.
Sure.
It's like a results thing.
And they're like, yeah, weirdly enough,
Well,
we
no,
never
they were
hired anybody.
super nice. The guy was
That's
like,
good.
listen, it's hard to track that. Like after they did well, he's like, it's hard to track that. Just think of a number and give it to me. And
Nice.
yeah, it was, and that was after the fact. So it's
Yeah.
like, that's super,
I'd have been like,
Yeah.
super fair.
$50,000.
Yeah, right.
I love you guys.
That's
It's a
the
great company to
thing,
work for.
yeah.
Give me the
$100,000.
house we're building
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Right,
Send
right.
6 of your best men over to build me a
Yeah,
new life.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
That's what
right.
I would have said. I'm
Build
bad
me
guy.
a shack. Shonuff is the master says, don't let these guys' lighthearted videos fool you. They are not a good company to work for.
Oh no.
The pay is some of the lowest in the industry. They treat their employees poorly. They will stick you on one job and have you doing that for months like a factory worker. When I worked there, I thought I'd be learning how to build houses. Instead, I was stuck in their warehouse factory, nailing walls together on a table 8 hours a day. They didn't have any cable balancers, assists on the guns, so the wrist fatigue was insane, and I quickly developed carpal tunnel. Asking around, everyone that worked there said it's a dead-end job and get out if you can, so I did. If you look on the Minneapolis Craigslist, they have multiple job postings all year long. This means they are a revolving door and constantly having people quitting. It might be a good place to get started, but clearly doesn't offer anything for long-term employees. What do you think of that?
Yeah, any thoughts?
I guess when you ask, when you asked me before the show if there's something we shouldn't talk about, I didn't think to mention that. Hey, chill with the pointing and laughing, you prick.
This guy just exposed the whole company in a YouTube comment, and they never took it down. They never reported it even. It's been up for 5 years.
I had no idea. I've never read that one.
This is a hero's journey.
Hey,
of
they
a
believe
comic.
in free speech. That's what matters.
Sometimes
Oh.
when you're hunting monsters, you become the monster. All right, we might be that. What that just happened? That might have been a little bit of troll on our end. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That was trolling.
that
Yes.
was,
that was trolling.
shit.
That's
That-
clearly just a disgruntled
That's
person.
like the
And
best
that's really
one
funny.
we've ever read.
It's just funny that they put so much effort into it. It's like,
It's a long
all right.
one.
Yeah, no one cares.
Well, I suppose you work at a job. You have a lot of thoughts afterwards. and-
Absolutely.
What he was describing though was like most manual labor, like construction.
Yeah, it wasn't
jobs.
actually
Like-
that bad.
like they put you on something so you can learn it really well, and then once you prove yourself, you move on to a different thing.
Yeah. If we can,
Yeah.
can we cut the next part or? Because that company totally does that. It's not great.
You son of a bitch.
They totally do that. It's so
Keeping it
Great
in.
people love them, and they have taxes and expenses, but it's from a worker's standpoint. Yeah,
Mark that down. I
Yeah.
guess.
they totally.
Oh.
that's-
Mark it at that
You
bag.
should have left it.
crinkle,
That's
Neil.
great. That's really funny.
I mean, maybe I
Mark
will.
it at that bag crinkle, Neil.
I have to leave in 10 minutes. so-
Okay, let's get into our troll back.
Sure.
Mike, this is our final segment where we pick a troll and then we write replies on your behalf, each of us, and then you pick the
Troll off my stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
we write a reply for you, each of us,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you
yeah.
pick which one you want us to post from our
Okay,
account
all right.
to
Yeah,
vindicate you,
yeah. Okay.
to avenge you.
Do I have to provide it?
No, we got
No,
it.
We
got
have
it.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
We picked one.
So this is from X Lunt. He says, people actually think this way.
Hold on.
What?
This is I think your bit about
People being afraid of cities.
Yeah.
Oh, I know this guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy sucks. I was like, gee, this fucking vanity of this guy. Oh, read it.
Yeah. XLUNT says, people actually think this way. I went on my first solo trip to NYC in the summer, walked all boroughs at all hours and never had an issue. Never been a big city like that, and I'm pretty skinny, dude. Stop worrying and take that trip if you want to. Hope this is just a bit.
It is just a bit one. But also, the thing about this guy is he's like, people actually are afraid of this and proceeds to list his accomplishments of areas he knows are skeptical and dangerous. He's like, people are scared of war. I was in Iraq and I fought those guys and they almost killed. He's buying into it within his response. And it was, that one.
Hell yeah.
Those were one of the responses where I'm like,
your response was just, yeah.
yeah,
That's what you said, which is a great
that's
response.
kind of what,
That's a good troll back. That's pretty good. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I can go first. I said inspiring stuff from a guy who wrote this comment by using the Wi-Fi at a McDonald's.
funny.
You're always so good. You're
The
so
problem
effective.
is he's not attacking me directly. So it's like, all right, I can only shit on his concepts. You know what I mean?
Well, you can
We
make up
shit on concepts
You make
here.
up whoever you want
you
this
do
guy
whatever
to
you
be.
want, dude.
That's the thing, and that pisses him off more.
Whatever gets
Well,
you
he's
there.
doing that to me too. He's
Well,
like,
we're gonna do it to
Okay,
him.
all right.
Mike, we're gonna do it.
This
to
is
him.
what I wrote. I wrote, this is not a bit. Cities are in shambles, and comedian Mike Early is the only person brave enough to share the truth. A fearless sage at the front lines of your neighborhood Chipotle. Hide your kids, hoard water, God is dead. Pretty good bit, though.
I love
That's what
that.
wrote.
I love that. Yeah, that's
God is
great.
dead.
Yeah.
Where
Which-
were you? Where were you, Ben? This is about time we follow each other.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
What? You haven't
We
That's,
don't follow each
that's a
other.
good point. I didn't even think about that. Which
So
one would you like us to post?
You pick Ben's,
My
I
bad.
assume, right, Mike?
I want to
Yes.
assume that.
Yep. You
Not
picked
to,
Ben's.
yeah, yours is very funny, very quick.
Yeah.
Very good.
He went more like the alt comedy route.
Don't
He-
do that. You do
I
that
don't
shit
think
all
it
the
was
time. I was
alternative.
like, why don't you go fuck a gopher hole?
That is not alt comedy.
Yeah, I guess yours is kind of a quick heckler takedown.
It's quick. It's nice.
Ben's is like, but Ben's captures the. I don't know. He captures
You
it.
do not have to explain yourself.
Yeah.
He gets a little tight when people don't pick him, so he kind of bullies them after, but it's all right, buddy.
No
We're
need to
good.
needle. All right, wrapping it up, Mike. You've been a great guest. What would you like to promote, plug? What are your socials?
I'll be at Acme.
Don't say that because it's coming out after.
It's coming out next week.
I'm coming there in December. This was kind
Oh.
of a fill-in day
Cool.
today. So
Excellent.
December 1st through the first week of December, I'll be at Acme all
Excellent.
week.
Headlining.
Headlining, and I think I may film a special perhaps.
Wow.
So I'd love it if anyone
Oh yeah.
likes this.
Yeah.
Come on out.
People like this.
Get excellence
it's-
out there.
One guy doesn't like this,
One
but
guy-
everybody else
one
likes
guy
this. One guy
really
No,
really
not
doesn't like
this,
us.
but yeah, come out to Acme.
Hell yeah, dude.
At just Mike Lester on all socials. Look for me there. That's it.
At Shaq Katzner on everything. I got come to my weekly show, Darlings, Thursdays, 9 p.m. It's a fun show. Everybody, you've done it before? Have you done it?
No.
I've
All right,
done it.
one of the people in here
I
has
had
done it
fun.
before. He had a good
I've
time.
done it twice.
I will also say
Yep.
next week, so this week, I guess, is the 10,000 Laughs Comedy Festival. I'm a producer on it.
Yes.
Come check it out.
Very
We got
nice.
a lot of amazing comedians. We got Rory Scovel. We got Pete Holmes.
We got David Cross.
Got
That
David
seems great.
Cross.
Yeah, so many
David
good shows.
Cross.
So why don't you cross that off your bucket
First
list and come on
Avenue,
down?
too.
Yeah.
It's-
God
it's
damn,
just
you
bigger
should
and
be on the
bigger,
fest.
yeah.
You should
Yeah.
be playing.
I don't want to apply for.
Yeah, no, you should just be a producer.
Maybe
But
I'll
I'll
apply.
I'll
I do
be.
wanna apply.
Let's apply together.
Also, you can catch me if
As
you're
a dual
local
act.
in Minnesota. Come catch me headlining in St. Cloud, October 26th.
Oh
How about
yes. Where are you in St.
yeah.
Cloud?
that? Beaver Island Brewing.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
That's a good
Definitely
room.
check
I've heard
that
it's a good
out.
room.
Yeah,
That's a good room.
definitely.
So-
Feel like it.
Come to go to
Oh, yeah.
that.
Neil,
Neil?
what do you got?
If you need me to DJ your weddings, loonlakeentertainment.com and on Instagram, Seven Swords Sound for my music.
Hell yeah, dude.
And
All
until
right.
next time, you can go to hell.
You gotta pay the troll toll to get in.